Yo, what is good in my gang? What is good, fam? So as you guys know, I've been doing my Die Hard Killer Challenge, or DH Killer Challenge for short, but if you a real one, you know that I lost it on the Twitch. The way it worked before was you just get to Iridescent 1 within 100 games and try to win as many games as possible with quite a few rules. First rule is you're only allowed one perk and one add-on only. I was debating whether I could allow myself to change one add-on into a second perk or that one perk into a second add-on, but I just scrapped that idea. The second rule is you must use one unique killer for every colored rank, which is Ash, Bronze, Silver, Gold, and Eerie. And you can't repeat a killer or use your main until you reach Eerie rank, then you use your main. And in that case, I would have used Blight. The third rule is you must reach rank Iridescent 1 within 100 games or you fail. That's it, you're done. Matches that are disconnected before they even start don't count, but if you have a match that your internet goes out in the middle of it, then it doesn't matter. You take the loss, take the L, bozo. Rule number 4 is you must play nice, which is no tunneling or camping, unless all gens are completed, which results in the play nice rule going out the window. And to elaborate on this, here's my definition of these terms. Hard tunneling isn't allowed, however soft tunneling is. Hard tunneling is when you go after a survivor, you hook them, they get unhooked, and they just go right back after them, 3 hooking them, and increases your chance of winning. That's hard tunneling, that isn't allowed. Soft tunneling is when you go after one survivor, then let's say you go after survivor 2, and then after hooking survivor 2, you go back after survivor 1 that you already hooked. That's not hard tunneling, and it makes the game harder to win, which is the point of the challenge. However, playing nice doesn't mean playing dumb. If you hook Survivor 1 and they get insta-saved in front of you and then they try their hardest to body block, then they're a fair game. We're not gonna take no L's like that. You shouldn't be hard tunneling, but altruism will get punished. Body blocks, staying injured to do gens faster with resilience, that kind of stuff negates the tunneling aspect. If you want to hook somebody and they heal in front of you, just go after them. It doesn't matter. And like I said before, after the last gen pops, the nice guy rule is thrown out of the fucking window. But there is a 5th rule that I just forgot to write down in all of my descriptions and I never mentioned. If you don't go up 1 grade within 10 games, you lose the challenge, and this is how I lost. And I don't mean for the whole rank. If it takes you 30 ranks to get out of bronze, then hey, it took you 30 games to get out of bronze. But let's say you're in silver 3 and then within 10 games you don't reach silver 2, you fail. We played 11 games with Nurse. The first one was already in a video and we did really good, and all the other ones were on stream, and gladly I'm not making those any videos. Even though we were in gold and playing Nurse, the strongest killer in the game, my lack of experience playing this killer really took a toll and we lost the challenge. And some people might be thinking, what is the point of this challenge? And you don't even need to win to get Iridescent 1, so why does it matter? Let me say this right quick. The point of this challenge tests how good you are, how much better you can improve at the role or killer you're playing, and becoming less dependent on perks and add-ons and more dependent on your skill level, whether it's mechanical skill level or it's game knowledge. It's like a reset of habits, if you will, and it shows you how to improve without tunneling too, which anything that makes you not tunnel, whether it's a challenge, perk, killer design, or anything, it's a healthy change, period. And correct, you don't need to win all of your matches and 4K them, but getting pips without perks to help with chase or slowdown and not being able to tunnel someone makes it so much harder to get pips. That's why only 1 perk and 1 add-on is allowed. Originally it was supposed to be only 1 perk, but I am on console at a huge disadvantage already, so I was like, fuck it, I'll bring the add-on. It's not as simple as play 100 games and then you'll have Iridescent 1. It's not that simple, bro. We also take track of stats, perks, and even toxic survivors, so get ready for these statistics. This is the only time other than the NBA where I care about stats, bro. Follow the Discord link in the description and the pinned comment. We played a total of 59 games. We got 29 wins, 19 losses, and 10 ties. We also got 142 kills. 2 people got out of hatch by finding it without me finding it. I gave 6 people hatch and door, but those also count as kills. Keep that in mind. And we had 3 people disconnect. Those also count as kills. And real quick, let me go over the most used perks I saw during this challenge. I saw 70 adrenalines. 70. That's fucking crazy. I didn't even play 70 matches. Adrenaline was definitely the most used perk, and for fair reason. It's a healthy perk. It's a perk that rewards survivors for doing their objective, and any endgame perk is usually good. So like, I'm not complaining. The second most used perk was Windows of Opportunity with 67. We didn't even play 60 matches. We played 59. Don't get me wrong, the effects of Windows is pretty cool, especially if you're just chilling playing Dead by Daylight. You don't want to worry about where all the pallets are and blame your teammates. I completely understand that. but this perk is not this damn good. Honestly, like, once you understand all the loops and structures in the game, and you're like, hey, the killer was chasing my buddy over there for 3 minutes, maybe there's no pallets. Like, this perk isn't all that good. Don't get me wrong, it's a really good perk, especially if you're just relaxing, but this perk is not as good. It definitely surprised me with how much it was used. The third most used perk was Sprint Burst. It makes sense since Dead Hard was nerfed to the fucking ground, so I'm not really complaining about that. The fourth most used perk was Prove Thyself with 49 uses. Understandable. I'm surprised this perk didn't get used a little bit more because this perk is absolutely ridiculous, especially with a squad. The fifth most used perk was Lithe and has 42 uses. Again, makes sense because Dead Hard was nerfed to the ground. Now you have to do some fucking side quest and hunt the dragon and then play Five Nights at Freddy's to get Dead Hard, but you know what I mean? Just for the killer not even hit you when you press it. It makes sense. Lithe was at 5. Number 6, we have Resilience with 35 uses. I like this perk. I think it was used a perfect amount of times. Not every survivor had it, but I did see it quite a bit. It's really good, especially for in chase, and you do gens faster, cleanse faster, heal faster. Amazing perk. I like that perk. The 7th most used perk was Off the Record at 25 uses. Okay, I'm not really complaining. I'm pretty glad I didn't go against 4 off the records every fucking match, but you know what I mean? I'm chilling. At 8 is Will Make It with 25 uses. This perk definitely popped up more than what I thought. And number 9 was Distortion with 24 uses. Distortion has always been a decent perk, but then after they reworked it to where you get tokens back inside the terror radius, fun fact, you also get the tokens back in chase because you're still in the terror radius. Distortion is still a good perk. I'm not surprised it's at 9. And at 10 was Deliverance with 17. I don't really have anything to say about that, I don't think. Honorable mention, we only went against 10 Reassurance. I am so surprised this perk isn't brought more because a lot of killers will camp to guarantee second hook stages or guarantee them to death or just camp off rip, and this perk completely destroys the killer. I'm so surprised I only saw this perk 10 times. This is the most underused meta perk, bro, I swear. Every match where a survivor got a successful deliverance that just took all of my pressure away, I lost that match. Whether it be 0 kills or 1 kill, I took an L. That's crazy. Deliverance is still such a good perk. It's just, you know what I mean? Usually when you bring it, you're the first one found, so nobody brings it. And I only saw 13 Dead Hards. Dead Hard is still a good perk. Yeah, you have to, you know, be dying to get value from it, but you still can make chases fucking 2 minutes longer by pressing a single button. Like, Dead Hard still isn't bad. I don't know why I only saw 13 of them. We also went against 13 map offerings. We won 7 of them, we lost 5 of them, and we tied 1 of them. There was a map offering that was canceled that we ended up winning, but they still brought it, so I just have that written down because in map offering matches were usually the fucking sweatiest by a mile. Like, I don't get it, bro. And just a message to all survivors, if you don't want the killer sweating, don't bring a map offering. Now on to the items. You guys aren't ready for this. We went against 81 medkits and 41 of them had a purple add-on or iridescent add-on attached to the medkit. Over half of the medkits had purple or iridescent add-ons. And the fact that we went against 81 medkits in less than 60 games is pretty crazy. I understand the healing nerfs to make the hits more impactful, but it's almost made medkits necessary. Usually the matches where they didn't bring 2 or 3 medkits were the matches that I won fairly easy. We also went against 37 flashlights, which I'd love to see flashlights. You know what I mean? If they bring 4 flashlights, of course they're going to leave a sour taste in my mouth, but I'd much rather go against 4 flashlights than 4 medkits or 4 toolboxes. Damn the stutter. We did go against 29 toolboxes, and 11 of them had purple or iridescent add-ons attached to them. We usually didn't do too good in those matches. We went against 6 firecrackers. I don't know why. I just started counting that because they had a match where they brought 3, so I just wrote it down. And here's something really surprising. We went against 4 iridescent maps. I'm not talking about maps with the Eerie add-on. I'm talking about iridescent maps, the item. We went against 4 of them, which is so confusing. What's really surprising is 75% of the time, the person with the map died. So, like, don't bring a map. Medkits are still the item that hurts me the most because it just removes all the pressure you can get. It shouldn't be nerfed in my opinion. I don't know, like they made hits more impactful by making healing slower, but it makes medkits even more necessary. So I don't really think they solved the issue, but hey, it is what it is. We went against 11 teabaggers. 1 Dwight, 1 Jake, 1 Leon, 1 Adam, 1 Yui, 1 Cheryl, 1 Fang, 1 Claudette, 1 Ada, and 2 Megs. Surprised that the Megs teabag me the most considering they're usually the most brain dead. I mean that in the nicest, least disrespectful way possible. More often than not, it's the Megs Meg players that usually threw the matches that I think I wouldn't have won if it wasn't for them. And we had one person who actually texted us something that wasn't toxic, which was Swifty Style, who was also a TTV like me, so go show some support to them. If they're streaming, hop in their chat and tell them I sent you. They definitely won't know who I am, but still, I sent you. But anyways, the first rank was obviously Ash rank, and for Ash we decided to use Dredge. Dredge is a pretty well designed killer and balanced, but I never really got into playing him, so that's why I chose him. And keep in mind, the killers I choose for this challenge are killers that I'm trying to get better with. For Dredge, we played 13 games. We won 7, lost 5, and had 1 tie. We got 31 out of 52 kills, which means we got a kill rate of 59.6% or a kill on average of 2.4. We gave Hatch twice, and fun fact, we only had 1 game with no kill, and it was really bad. We also didn't get teabagged at all. After getting out of Ash with Dredge, I have to say it did feel like I got better with him. Psych, I'm lying. No, I don't. I found Dredge to feel pretty powerless at times, especially on safer pallets or even some weaker pallets that survivors just pre-drop, where I find him somewhat harder to use. It's almost like I was playing Clown with how safe the survivors were playing against me. If the Dredge puts down the Remnant, then pre-drop as if you're playing against Clown, and act like the Remnant is a Clown bottle. That seemed to work the best against me anyways. It took only 13 games, however, so we started the challenge on a good note with the first DBD killer to come out of the closet, literally. Second rank is Bronze, and for it we chose Nemesis. I already feel like I'm fairly decent with him, but I still had some games where survivors just don't let me get pressure, or I miss my tentacle over and over again, so I chose Nemi as I never mained him and I wanted to breeze through Bronze with a strong killer. For Nemesis, we played 11 games. We won 8, lost 2, and got 1 tie. We got 36 out of 44 kills, which is an 81.9% kill rate or 3.3 kills on average. We gave Hatch 3 times, had no DCs. We had 3 teabaggers, which this is one of the killers we had the most teabaggers with. We had 1 game with no kill, and we got an angry message. It's already in a video if you want to go see it. I might link it up top if I fucking remember. What we mostly brought was Corrupt Intervention to block the 3 furthest gens, and Marvin's Blood to increase mutation faster to get tier 2, as Nemesis is pretty much useless in tier 1 against good survivors. I definitely feel like I got way better at dragging the tentacle and getting hits, and to get harder hits, I relatively already knew what I was doing, so getting out of Bronze within 11 games was huge for this challenge. Not even 25% of the games played, and we're already past 2 of the 5 ranks. We were on a good start. Third rank was Silver rank, and I went with Hell Priest. I brought Deadlock, as pairing it with his passive slowdown with the box makes him more reliable to stop gens from literally just flying. We also brought the Impaling Wire add-on as much as we could, as I feel like it's almost needed. We played 24 games with Hell Priest. We won 13, lost 5, and we tied 6 times, which is the killer we tied the most with. We got 61 out of 96 kills, which means we got a kill rate of 63.5% or 2.54 kills on average. We also gave Hatch once. We had 3 disconnects, we had 2 games with 0 kills, and we had 2 survivors teabag us, and I believe both of them were the Megs. One thing I would love to change about Hell Priest is after biting a survivor with a chain, you literally can't do anything for a second, which if he was able to do something, he would feel much more fluid to play. A good strategy I learned with him would be if I knew a survivor would pre-drop a pallet, I would put my chain down, and then after the drop, I'd use my chain to hold them in place so I can break the pallet. But I noticed really fast, I couldn't even break the pallet for like a whole second. I felt like Chris Brown with how hard I was hitting my pallet break button as if it was Rihanna. But getting out within 24 games was a little longer than I hoped, but with how fast we got out of Ash and Bronze, we were still really well on track to win this challenge easily. And the 4th rank that we lost in was Gold. The reason why we lost is because we lost 10 games in a row and we didn't get past Gold 4. Sucks, but we're gonna take the L on the chin and live with it. It's just a challenge in a video game, you feel me? I'll take the L. For Nurse, we played 11 games. We won 1 game, lost 8, and tied twice. We got 8 out of 44 kills. We had 0 disconnects. 0 people got out of Hatch because all of them got out of a fucking door, and we got 6 teabags. I thought I had a most with Nemesis. No, I had 6 teabags for playing Nurse. Here's one really random thing I want to talk about really quick. I've had people tell me that Nurse is fun to go against, and you're just lying. And then I had someone tell me it's fun to outplay Nurse, and that's where I say, you already lost your argument. You're saying it's fun to outplay the killer. Newsflash, it's fun to play every killer. If you're outplaying a Nurse, it's because they suck. There are no average Nurse players, as if there was any, I'd probably be one of them, and I only got 8 out of 44 kills. Snap, shut up. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a great Nurse player, but I know at least what I'm doing relatively, you know what I mean? I know about mind games, doubling back, where to blank, how to blank. I'm just not good at it. There are no average nurse players. They're either really good like Super Elf or not good like me. Alright, I'm done ranting, but I genuinely didn't have fun at all. In fact, right after we failed this challenge, we played a game of Blight and we went absolutely fucking ballistic. Like, it was so much fun. I was so happy to not play nurse. My lack of experience playing nurse really took a toll, which caused us to lose the challenge at gold 4, which also made it impossible to pep up, and obviously we lost. I hate that we only got 59 games in and we didn't get to the whole 100, but I'm just glad I'm able to play Blight again. I plan on doing this challenge again sometime soon for Survivor, just still deciding when. I don't want to do it when the new killer comes out because that'd be kind of boring. I would also like to know, how do you guys like this challenge? I genuinely hate this challenge, but I already told you the reasons I made it and why I'm doing it, to become less perk dependent and rely on pure skill. If you want to see all those videos that I had, they were all on stream, so you did miss out on the majority of them, but all the good ones or bad ones are all in my recent videos. I also have a playlist linked in the description and it's on my channel, so check it out. Yeah, this challenge was hell, bro. I cannot play nurse for the life of me. As I said, all these games are streamed on Twitch, so follow Twitch. It is on screen. There's also the Discord link in the description and in the pinned comment. And why don't you subscribe? We almost at 1100 subs. Why not show your support? And the day this video goes up, the anniversary did come out, and by the time you're watching this video, I will be playing it on stream for all of the console players, so why not pull up if you're watching? Alright, now that I'm done recording, time to turn on my fan in my 80-degree room and watch some porn.